Can I please have Babe Tovin to the announcer's booth?
I don't know if she's allowed to leave. She's wearing a security badge.
$150 to $167.
Check audio for stream. Check audio for stream. You hearing it okay? Okay, is it loud enough? Is that a good level? Okay, wonderful. Is this too loud? Are you getting any distortion? Clipping? Clipping? Okay. How about now? This okay? This okay? This okay? Check audio for stream. Wonderful.
All right, Derby fans, we want to make sure that this train stays on time, so we are going to start our fourth game of Cactus Cup. Welcome back. If you are watching, whoa, If you are watching us on YouTube, we are having a little bit of trouble with our audio, or it's not our audio, our music. YouTube is taking down stuff because we have background music, so this is going to be a little quieter. It'll be just voices. And so my name is Ravelyn. I've got Becker here with me. I'm going to go through our rosters. We are welcoming all the way from Baja, Mexico, Baja Roller Derby in blue. This is their first game of the weekend. I've got number 3, Almeida, number 8, Pony, number 10, Shyla, number 110, Koshu, number 13, Queen V, number 131, Venevoville, number 16, Carly Quinn, number 18, Rich Bitch, number 31, Janibal, number 4, Mariella, number 47, AK, haha, AK-47, I get it, number 5, Valerito, number 53, Brown Sugar, number 60, Black Diamond, number 70, Lex Pistols, number 93, Sandrine, and number 247, it's Guy, coached today by Mahatma Montes.
What's up, guys, gals, and non-binary pals? This is Becca Recker, also announcing today. I'm going to introduce you to your Canberra Roller Derby B team. We've got Ramona Powers, number 07, Grim Wraith, number 16, Brazen Ivy, 1618, Sibylla the Skid, number 1901, Hurt Cobain, number 1994, Fast and Furiosa, 2063, Killy Jean, number 2602, Lady Painicorn, 3108, Shriek, number 314, Lemmy Adam, number 333, Cinder Roller, number 50, Ruby Doom, number 616, Stone Jet, number 70, Blinky Kill, number 8232, Tiny Tempest, number 828, and Serial Keller, number 911. Coaching today we have Tango Crash, looks like King Panther, and John Ref Kennedy.
All right, and then rounding out our officials, both skating and non-skating, we have Chris Maines, Pac-Man, Elemental, Sinister Snowman, Killa Key, Biddy, Captain Left Hook, Torque Mama, Woody Hurlson, Wreck-It Ray, Mr. Woody, Red Hot, Teets, Freddy Cougar, Vixen Tequila, Naya Reyes, and Thunder Down Under. This will be Canberra B team's second bout of the day. They played the first bout against Arizona's B team. And some fun rankings information. So Canberra is rated, the league itself is rated 20th in the world out of about 350 WIFTDA roller derby leagues. And as I was researching Baja Roller Derby just got their official WIFTDA accreditation in February. So they are brand spanking new and are unranked currently, although the Mexican Roller Derby Association does have rankings, and they are ranked 3rd in the country of Mexico, which I think is really cool. And we're going to have a really exciting bout today, welcoming our friends from Australia and our friends from Mexico. If you are in the venue, make sure you come and check out So Naughty. She is selling really cool and geeky handmade belt packs, fanny packs, change purses, all with sequins and really cool fabrics. Definitely check out So Naughty, that's SEWKNOTTY, down here on Vendor Row. Also on Vendor Row, we've got Fun Stacks. She's got t-shirts and vinyl decals, and she's also able to press shirts with your name and number on site just today. And we have also got our Bont rep here. Kamakanji is here checking out all of that. You can come and check out all of his Bont accessories, from wheels to boots, maybe even get measured. And then head up to our beer garden where we've got beer from Huss Brewery and Mother Bunch Brewing. We've got a lager, a milk stout, and a blonde ale. All right, everybody is lining up. It looks like Baja Roller Derby is in blue and they are jamming Jannable. Canberra is in green, and I'm not sure who is jamming for Canberra at the moment, but Jannable is your lead jammer. Oh, Tiny Tempest for Canberra in green. Jammer, so this first jam is being 2 minutes of uninterrupted derby play. Jannable getting out through that pack without touching anyone.
So far we've got Tiny Tempest still struggling in the front with number 93, taking a hard hit.
There you go. Looks like a back block being called on Jannable. 30 seconds for Tiny Tempest to get through that pack and start raking in some points.
Got Tiny Tempest being helped out by some of their fellow skaters.
Yeah, looking for some offense for sure. Tiny Tempest did jam frequently this morning. Oh, Tiny Tempest is your lead jammer, my mistake. Jannable must have committed a minor penalty or done a no pass, no penalty. So Tiny Tempest is in control of the jam clock now. Still down 8 points though. Jannable was able to get 8 before she ended up in the penalty box. All right. It looks like for our Baja Roller Derby, a score of 11 in that jam, 3 for Canberra. Frequent jammer for Canberra, Ramona Powers going up against Brown Sugar for Baja. Both teams struggling through this scrummy pack at the back. Brown Sugar having to get recycled back to the jammer line by Canberra. Ramona Powers, frequent jammer on this B team.
Ramona Powers just fighting her way.
Oh man.
And
Still the entire Baja team to beat there, as Brown Sugar is your lead jammer for Baja Roller Derby.
And Brown Sugar able to make it through on the inside there, almost unopposed.
Yeah, definitely looked like she was untouched getting through that inside line.
As a jammer, you really love those moments when it works out like that.
A minimum of opposition is always nice as a jammer. Ramona Powers maybe faking, not quite sure, taking off that jammer star.
And we do have Brown Sugar now struggling with the Canberra defense, trying to get through that wall, but it is holding strong. Both teams playing some really strong defense at the moment, neither jammer having a good time of it, and Brown Sugar calling that jam off.
Smart idea for Brown Sugar. Just keep that momentum that Baja has in this starting our third jam here. You always imagine the first couple of jams, you have to kind of get the jitters out, figure out what you're doing, figure out how the floor feels.
Absolutely.
Up against Lemmy Adam. Pony lead jammer for Baja Roller Derby. Lemmy Adams struggling through turn 2.
being held by a really strong defensive tripod by BAJA.
Almost had a little bit of jammer defending jammer there at the turn. And Pony gets through for her 4 points. Both jammers in their point scoring positions. Pony looks over, realizes that Lemmy Adam is also in that place and calls it off. I'll be very curious to see how BAJA is ranked once they have some regulation play under their belts to see where they land in the rankings. Because again, we are not quite sure. They are a wild card in this tournament.
So far, we're seeing them coming in here pretty strong, which is kind of what we were expecting.
Super strong, also super well rested. This is Canberra B team's second game of the day.
Makes a difference. Tournaments are
Definitely
rough,
makes a
for
difference.
sure.
And it's also a ridiculous time change for Canberra, where it's not quite so bad for BAJA.
That'll wear on you for sure.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine, yeah. Lead jammer Jannable for BAJA Roller Derby.
Got Fast and Furiosa still struggling with the BAJA defense, working to push her way through that recycling tripod in the front. While our lead jammer Jannable is able to make it through.
So Fast and Furiosa, this is her third game of the day. She is rostered on both the A side and the B side for Canberra. And I know for a fact that she has jammed in both of those previous games. I am hoping that she has a lot of water and maybe some Red Bull handy to get through all of these
Lots
games.
of hydration, yeah.
Yeah, holy moly.
Jannable's continuing to skate through. Looks like skated on by a dropped pivot stripe.
Yeah, we do have a BAJA pivot stripe on the ground. It's not going to impact gameplay unless somebody trips over it, but hopefully a BAJA skater will grab it.
Hopefully we can avoid that.
Now I'm concerned.
All of the players somehow managing to dance around that pivot stripe. The jammer for Canberra, Brazen Ivy, is still struggling with the BAJA defense, but Jannable has been called for a penalty, meaning that currently Brazen Ivy is the only jammer on the track. So let's see if Canberra can take advantage of this situation, get their jammer out and score some points.
We did see Brazen Ivy in the earlier game take the jammer star once or twice as a pivot, but I will call your attention to Brazen Ivy's amazing Cactus height.
Perfect for this tournament.
Super appropriate for this tournament. And the time clock has expired. Thank you to our NSOs for bringing up the pivot star. We appreciate that. For Canberra, quick score check. BAJA's at 37, Canberra is at 7, and we have about 21 minutes left in this first half. Tiny Tempest, frequent jammer for the B team here.
Tiny Tempest getting hit by those recycling blockers, but just refusing to go down.
Getting a penalty for her trouble to, I believe that's number 11 or 110 Toshu for BAJA.
Tiny Tempest now in scoring position. BAJA's defense just recycling and recycling. Canberra doing much the same in the front, but with Jannable finally able to make it around that final blocker there.
Yeah, Jannable does manage to get a little juicy up when she's got only one or two to beat at the front of the pack there. It's really serving her well.
Tiny Tempest seeing that, saying, you know, that jammer's back in scoring position and going ahead and calling that jam off. I'll take these points. That'll do it.
well of King Cave, making sure that we're all safe on the track. Brown Sugar jamming for Baja Roller Derby.
And Ramona Powers for Canberra. And Ramona Powers, just as I say that, sprinting out of an open lane, coming around.
She is not here to show with fighters. She is here to score points. Canberra down. Really wanting to close this differential.
We do see Brown Sugar making it out of the pack as well. We've seen her jamming quite strongly so far. And it seems like Ramona Powers knows to take that seriously and goes ahead and calls the jam off.
Oh, this just goes to show you need to think through that fourth whistle. Baja picks up 3 points and Canberra only picked up 2, even though they were lead jammed. So yeah, make sure you get those points.
Currently got Baja at 40 points with Canberra at 13. At the start of the new jam, we have number 333 jamming for Canberra. And Pony for Baja chasing down our lead jammer for Canberra.
Sometimes in situations like this, you see the pack speed up. Our pack did speed up just as Kings, and then everybody stopped. Again, another successful jam. Even though Baja was not lead, they still picked up the lion's share of the points. A 4-2 differential, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming back to your point about skating through the fourth whistle, miss out on a couple of needed game-changing points.
Oh, totally.
Down right in those last seconds.
Yep, you gotta get those hits past everybody else's as best you can. Alright, I believe that's jammable for Baja.
Got Cactus Furiosa for Canberra.
Oh man,
Fighting at the front there, but being knocked down by some defense while we do have a lead jammer called for Baja.
I almost feel like because the announcer booth is across the track from the jam and pivot lines, that we are just missing some of this amazing footwork. Because honestly, how quick does Janimal get to ours? It's like I blinked and I missed her and she's already leading.
That's the nature of the game, those tiny little foot movements, and then boom, that jammer's gone. And we do have Janimal calling the jam off.
Baja played some really smart there. We get the points to call it.
Currently we have Baja at 50 points with Canberra at 15. And since we do know that Canberra is quite highly ranked and we weren't sure how Baja would stack up, them being the wild card, it's really exciting to see this lead of the hard-hitting backstage.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm also curious to see how this plays out with who because you guys used to it.
Absolutely.
So theoretically, this could predict, but it also could not predict how well Baja will get ranked. Because we are not seeing their full-on all-stars.
That's exciting. And as we say that, we do have the Baja jammer, Brown Sugar again, making lead jammer position.
We have Tiny Cactus rounding out turn 2 for Canberra. Tiny Cactus definitely a tiny powerhouse. Has no trouble hitting a pack hard and pushing her way through.
Absolutely. And we see Brown Sugar spying a lane, committing to it, and just zooming through to get those points and call the jam off before Cactus could score any more points than Brown Sugar wanted.
That's right, yeah, 4-0 jam. In case I was hearing that the team scoreboard over there might look out a little bit, I'm just trying to remind us of our scores. We have about 16 minutes left. Baja on the board with 54, Canberra with 15. I do wish I was a little bit more bilingual in case we have any Baja fans on the group. I took French in high school and college, not Spanish. Alright, we have Pony, lead jammer for Baja. Ramona Powers fighting her way through the front of the pack for Canberra.
Ramona Powers just juky as anything, but that defense by Baja is strong. They're excellent at their recycling, just getting exactly where they need to be in those moments.
They are really locking her down.
And Ramona Powers is putting them through their paces too. This is no slouch jammer.
That's right.
It just shows the skill of everybody on the track right now.
Definitely. Little high fives between the teams there.
Let's see that sportsmanship.
Definitely.
What we're here for. Adams jamming for Canberra just made lead jammer status.
Lady Adams is a frequent jammer and also captain of the Canberra B team. Janimal tries to catch up and not have a track behind. Great offense there by Canberra number, I believe that's 1901. Oh my gosh, who is that? Stability was good. Great offense to get the jammer out.
Saw that too. That was timely. Good hit. So just in the right moment there. That's everything you want as a jammer, really. You want an offense who has good instinct.
I don't know.
Right in that moment.
I'm such a mean jammer. I would just make a power jam. I can just order those out and like that. Everybody could. Alright, we've got Brown Sugar digging for BAJA and Fast and Furiosa for Canberra.
Both jammers still in the pack. We have some strong defense. Both of these teams really excellent at recycling, building those tripods. We see Canberra taking Brown Sugar a little ways back, while Fast and Furiosa is really just still struggling with that same tripod in the front.
Oh my gosh, I just admire the push that Fast and Furiosa has going on right now with that tripod in the front of the pack. Beautiful offense there by number 3, I think that's 314 Street.
Unfortunately picking up a penalty there, having to go to the penalty box.
With this even power jet, Canberra really just wants a lane clear the Fast and Furiosa to get her through.
We do see Canberra going in to play some offense while they have a moment to do so.
Fast and Furiosa does understandably look a little worn out from this, again, as her 3rd game of the day as a jammer.
Absolutely.
Oh gosh.
And Brown Sugar coming back out of the penalty box and is able to find an open lane, hop, skip, and a jump, and she is coming around, keeping an eye out, trying to score some points here. Fast and Furiosa is still struggling with that defense.
We have about 30 seconds left in this jam for the period, or the jam clock will expire. See if either team can get their jammer through once more. Both jammers getting pretty often recycle action there on that straightaway, getting hit out, pulled back, hit out, pulled back. That's about all she wrote on that jam, ladies and gentlemen. Canberra coming out with 0 for that jam, and I believe 2 more added on to BAJA for a total of 5 for that jam, maybe, or just it's the 3. It's just the 3. The Brazil scored a 60 for BAJA, 18 for Canberra, about 11 and a half minutes in this first.
And quick as anything, we do have our jammer Pony for BAJA Roller Derby making it out lead jammer. Tiny Tempest being taken back. While Pony is hitting the pack again, trying to get some points there, being held by a bit of Canberra defense. Neither jammer able to make much progress in this moment with, again, some strong defense being played. And Pony makes the decision to call that jam off without very much progress, looking like it was going to happen. So this is probably a smart call off there.
All right, Jannable jamming for BAJA Roller Derby and Ramona Powers jamming for Canberra, but it is Jannable who is your lead jammer for BAJA.
And we do see Ramona Powers making it out in a clear lane on the inside. She's just got a lot of energy.
Ooh.
And the Baja jammer was noticing that energy too and said,
Oh
you know
my
what?
gosh.
I don't want you to score any points.
That was
I'm
the
gonna call that
most
right off.
precise call-off I think I've
moment.
seen. That was exactly 1 point for Baja and none for Canberra. Really effective calling that off.
It's always
right at the last
impressive to see
second.
a jammer who has those instincts in
That's
that
right.
exact split second.
Oh my gosh, that awareness right there, yep. Brown Sugar on the line for Baja. And the captain,
Lemmy,
Lemmy
coming
Adam
back to the
for
line for
Canberra.
Canberra. Lemmy was fighting at the front of the pack and made it through for lead jammer status for Canberra. We've got Brown Sugar chasing about half a track behind.
Ooh. There's a big hit there on the outside. Everybody's okay though?
Everybody's okay. We see some
low fives, some high fives
yeah,
there.
teams making sure each other are okay. And
Sometimes you have that one hit and you're like, whoa, I'm good. Are you good? We both good? Okay.
it's one of my favorite things to see when, because Derby's a full contact sport. There's a lot of hard hits.
Totally.
But when you see somebody hit someone real hard and the whistle blows and then they check, oh, are you okay?
You're like, yeah, I don't want to be a jerk about it. Are you good?
Yeah, that's really what we're here for.
That's right. Fast and Furiosa jamming again for Canberra. Pony for Baja. Pony getting hit and pulled back on the inside. Oh, Fast and Furiosa almost able to take that apex, but also gets hit and pulled back on the inside. Great work there by Pony, staying upright and in bounds around that outside turn. Fast and Furiosa rushing to catch up.
Pony finding that lane on the inside, being helped by her offense. Picking up her points and calling that jam off before Fast and Furious could pick up any points.
Seems like these jams have been running a little quicker now. Both teams kind of getting into a groove, hauling it and calling it off. 4 points for that one for Baja, 1 point for Canberra. Our score is 72 for Baja, 22 for Canberra, with about 7.5 minutes in this first half. 7.5 minutes left in the first half.
I feel like we're seeing Baja picking up lead jammer a lot, but we are seeing Canberra stopping the bleeding real quickly, getting their jammer out really quickly.
Definitely, really good strategy too. If you can't get first, at least get a really close second.
At least get out right away, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
Tiny Tempest, lead jammer for Canberra. Janimal getting recycled all the way back to the jammer line. I wonder if Canberra has started to adapt a little bit to Baja's style of play. These jammers aren't getting as much of a free pass here. Getting a little bit more resistance, a little bit more anticipation of where they're going to be.
Yeah, I feel like we're seeing Canberra recycle in a really effective way, moving to be in the right places now.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree with you. I feel like they're evolving.
They're evolving. We're watching the teams think on their feet right now.
Janival making it past that strong defense finally, and we do have Tiny Tempest also out of the pack, about a half track behind.
Tiny Tempest is the lead jammer on the track right now. So I imagine that she wants to try and pick up as many points as possible to close that differential. She seems to have some confidence in her team. 3 blockers in the back, soon to be joined by a 4th to hold back Janival. Little bit of offensive help. Janimal does get through. Tiny Tempest now the one in the rear of the point scoring position. Good idea to call it off just as Janimal is up in that point scoring position.
Once again, right at that last second there.
That was a 8-4 jam in favor of Canberra, chipping away that differential. Score is 30 for Canberra, 76 for Baja.
One thing to keep in mind is that even though Canberra has been skating all morning and that, might tire them out some, that also means they're warmed up.
That's true. That is definitely true.
Yeah, whereas Baja's out here playing hard, and we might see some turn in the tides. You never know.
That's true.
Here we have number 07, Ramona Powers, jamming fiercely for Canberra.
That was almost an epic apex jump, but Ramona Powers not able to land it, had to recycle back. Doesn't put her too far behind. She's about less than a quarter lap behind, behind our lead jammer, which is Koshu for BAJA.
It's the first time we're seeing Koshu jam this morning for BAJA. She is able to pick up lead jammer status.
And let's see, Koshu put up 3 points for BAJA Roller Derby. All right, on the track we have BAJA Roller Derby fielding Pony and Canberra fielding Lemmy Adam. Frequent jammer matchup this afternoon.
We see Lemmy fighting at the front of the pack, just one blocker left, and is able to transition around and come on out of that as your lead jammer for Canberra. Pony able to make it out of the pack as well. About a half track behind while Lemmy is in scoring position.
Lemmy getting ping-ponged around that blocker wall of BAJA Roller Derby. Able to pick up 2 points. And Jannibal jamming for BAJA Roller Derby. Fast and Furiosa for Canberra.
See Jannibal making it out lead jammer for BAJA. Fast and Furiosa still looks like she's taken the jammer star off, but she is still struggling with the defense in the front there.
She does have 3 to beat up there. Very strong tripod from BAJA. I feel like both teams really, once they can lock down those tripods, those jammers really are not going anywhere. I believe we have a star pass to number 314. That is Shriek for Canberra. Smart strategy there. Make sure if you can't get out, at least get that star out and force that call off. Canberra holding BAJA to 4 points, which in this instance I feel like is a win for Canberra. So I'm seeing the coaches in the middle with the refs. So yeah, official review being called by Canberra. Thank you, Woody. And so for our friends on stream, if you're unfamiliar, an official review is when a team says, hey, refs, there is something that you either called and shouldn't have, or maybe you should have called and you didn't, and we're going to tell you what it is, and the refs are going to say, huh, that's interesting, we're going to talk it over. And then hopefully, if a ref is free to come and tell the announcers, we will tell you what they're discussing. Otherwise, we'll make it up. And they're talking about their drink orders for the after party this evening, which is definitely not what they're talking about. While we're waiting, if you are in the venue, we do have a food truck from 4 p.m. until 9 p.m. That is the Main Man. Main Man food truck is offering traditional Chinese noodle dishes in the Phoenix metro area. We're going to get the results of that official review in just a hot second. And if you are local, the date for our next roller derby bout here for Arizona Roller Derby is going to be Saturday, May 11th. We're going to welcome our Skate Riot Project playing our Midnight Storm friends, and Casa Grande skating against our Valley Rollers.
So we just got word from the refs. It looks like CANBERRA asked for a high block on the blue jammer in that last jam, and the refs agree, and they're going to get that. So that's our update.
All right, so official review is upheld. You'll see that we do have a BAJA jammer starting in the penalty box. Power jam for, I believe that is Tiny Tempest.
You are correct.
Jannibal is starting in the box. 2 CANBERRA blockers also in the box. Oh, and now a BAJA blocker headed to the box as well. Tiny Tempest with 2 to beat there, and gets through is your lead jammer in this power jam situation. This is definitely, could definitely turn the tide for CANBERRA if they can just keep this momentum with a nice strong power jam. Tiny Tempest doing a great job of weaving from side to side there to get through and get her 4 points on that first pass.
Jannibal fighting through the CANBERRA defense, being taken to the inside, to the outside, being hit off the track and getting taken back.
All the way back by Shriek to the far straightaway here.
Tiny Tempest also being taken back and having to try and make headway again on all these recycling BAJA blockers.
This is definitely a lot of recycling happening in this jam specifically. Both jammers really just super well matched with their defensive teams that they're going against. Ooh, ooh.
Seeing some hard hits and people going down, but everybody's getting back up.
Lots of bodies on the floor. Thankfully, everybody bounces pretty well.
Jannibal finally making it through that defense. We still have Tiny Tempest as the lead jammer, but Jannibal is coming around. Trying to get some points there, but Tiny Tempest says, nah, I don't think so. Went ahead and called that jam off.
Yeah, it's a good idea to make sure that you can save your point differential. That was a 7-point jam for CANBERRA, unanswered by BAJA. Definitely what CANBERRA is looking to do to chip away at that differential. We have about 10 seconds left in this half. We are going to have a timeout being called by CANBERRA. Score is 39 for CANBERRA to 83 for BAJA. Almost a palindrome. Not quite. So sorry. If you're in the venue, though, and you want to squint and call it a palindrome and go ahead and get a beer sponsored by Huss Brewing Company or Mother Bunch, I'd be okay with it.
Why are we getting beers when there's palindromes?
That is a roller derby thing.
Is it?
It is it is at least a flat track roller derby
okay.
thing.
I'm from bank track. If I didn't say that earlier,
so the special things are palindromes and lead changes.
And then you get a beer.
And then you drink.
Oh my God, I love that.
And this is a family-friendly venue, so you can drink your beverage of choice.
Oh, I see.
You know, we do have concessions selling sodas, But yeah, palindrome scores are a thing. I don't know who made that up.
I love that. That's like a flat track culture thing.
Yes.
Now I'm in the know.
Now you're in the know. If you ask Derby Twitter about palindromes, yes.
I love that so much. So I know a couple of my bank track friends are watching this. Shout out to you, Shakes. I love you. Now I know. I don't know if you knew that. Anyway, palindromes mean you go buy a beverage.
Yeah. Palindrome, take a drink. Yeah, exactly. All right, it looks like our timeout is just about done. Canberra with one blocker in the box. Pack advantage to BAJA. I believe that is Ramona Powers and a blue jammer of some sort.
Definitely is a blue jammer of some sort.
93.
93.
Looks like Sandrine. We have not seen her jam yet this half.
All right, so Sandrine jamming for BAJA successfully. Looks like making it out of that pack. We were nervous about a penalty, but it looks like Sandrine is all good.
Yep, there was a whistle, but it was not for her. Ramona Powers, some fancy footwork, stays upright, or stays inbounds, and is jamming successfully for Canberra.
Absolutely. I love Ramona Powers' energy. She's just got
she definitely has
nitty-gritty sparkiness kind of going on.
Yeah, I feel like she is definitely like a huge battery and a very tiny person.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I were jamming against her, I would just be nervous. I'd be intimidated.
Gosh.
That's a lot of energy.
When she hits these packs with abandon, with like no fear whatsoever.
Yes.
Amazing. All right, friends, we will see you back here in about 15 minutes. The wrap up on our first half, Canberra score of 39, BAJA Roller Derby 85. All right, it looks like we are back now for round 2, period 2 of this game of Canberra B team from Australia versus BAJA Roller Derby B team from Mexico.
We do have our current score, 85 BAJA Roller Derby and 39 for Canberra going into the second half.
Lemmy Adam jamming for Canberra, Pony jamming for BAJA in blue. And Pony lead jammer for BAJA. Lemmy Adam able to sneak through the outside lane to get lead jammer for Canberra. Pony, almost executing that apex jump, does not land it, also calls it off from the floor. Really great strategy though, because Lemmy Adam was hot on her heels. We're gonna start off this second half with a 0-0 jam. Looks like Brown Sugar lining up to jam for BAJA, and I believe that's Fast and Furiosa for Canberra. Brown Sugar, your lead jammer at turn 1, gets out really quick.
And Fast and Furiosa with some fancy footwork gets past that last blocker and is also out of the pack, about a half track behind.
Both teams may be getting a little bit more comfortable skating against each other. We've seen a couple more hops and skips here. Great call off there, getting all 4 points for BAJA, holding Canberra scoreless.
I've just realized those goggles that Fast and Furiosa is wearing is like it's like a Mad Max reference.
Yes,
And my roller derby team, actually, our theme is Mad Max.
So
very close to my heart, personally. I'm loving those goggles. Hey, Fast and Furiosa, you're rad.
Rad, awesome job.
You got a new fan.
Tiny Tempest going up against Jannibal.
And just as you say that, Jannibal making it out on the outside, lead jammer status for BAJA, with Tiny Tempest not far behind.
Both jammers really cutting it close. Even if you get out, you don't have a lot of room to stop and think. You really are gonna have another jammer hot on your heels.
Looked like we had a 2-point jam there. Jannibal collecting those 2 points for BAJA Roller Derby, 0 points for Canberra. So we've still got a score of 39 for Canberra with the score 91 for BAJA Roller Derby.
Both jammers lining up a little actively, trying to find just the right spot to hit the pack. Pony jamming for BAJA.
And that's Ramona Powers for Canberra, taking someone out with a shoulder check in the front there, but still getting stuck behind some of those BAJA blockers, while we do have Pony lead jammer for BAJA.
Ramona Powers doing a great job of not giving up and really hitting the pack with equal intensity, whether it's the first time or the 50th time she's hit someone.
And she is out of the pack now, with Pony was being held effectively by the Canberra defense, but it looks like a couple of those defenders got penalties and are now heading to the penalty box.
Yeah, there were some whistles. We've got a Canberra blocker hanging out in the box right now. Another one just sitting down. Canberra at that pack disadvantage.
4 points in that jam for BAJA Roller Derby, 0 for Canberra.
Lemmy Adams standing up with the star on for Canberra. Brown Sugar for BAJA Roller Derby. Oh, Lemmy Adam able to walk through on the inside line, virtually untouched.
This time around, Lemmy not so lucky. There is a strong defensive wall there from BAJA, and even so, Lemmy able to find some tiny little places where a toe stop will fit and sneak right on by. Do have some Canberra blockers in the penalty box, though.
Lemmy Adam and Brown Sugar getting recycled back to the pivot line. Brown Sugar possibly going to the penalty box.
So we do have a power jam for Canberra now, with Lemmy Adams still retaining that lead jammer status. She is out of the pack. She is coming back around to take a look at seeing if she can score some more points for her team.
Lemmy Adam looking very calm, cool, and collected as she makes her way around the track. Hitting the pack, looking for some offense. There we go. Not stopping moving her feet, excuse me. Gets her 4 more points. This might be just the momentum shift that Canberra needs.
And Lemmy being sent to the penalty box. Canberra jammer now in the penalty box. While we do have a star pass that was executed for BAJA.
Oh, it looks like an improper star pass, possibly. You may have noticed the pivot took the star cover and then laid it on the ground.
Seems to be a bit of confusion in that jam.
Yeah, we might have to talk about it a little bit.
We'll see if the referees decide to have a conversation there.
Yeah. Yeah, so in a flat track roller derby, if the jammer takes off the helmet cover, the only person that the jammer can pass it to is the person with the pivot or the stripe on their head. If one of those players is not upright and in bounds, that is an illegal procedure, an illegal pass. And so that might be what happened here. It looks like our officials are talking it over in the penalty box. Even if the pivot has the star cover in her hand, if it was not legally procured, if she can't really put it on, it won't really do anything. She'll just get a penalty herself. So by sort of throwing it to the ground, that's actually not a bad thing because it means the jammer can pick it back up and do it right or put it back on. So it looks like we might just take a second, make sure everybody's clear on what we're doing and the procedure that we have to follow to make sure we have legal star passes. The star helmet cover is just the main way to score points in roller derby, so it is treated very importantly. It has lots of rules around it. It's like the crown jewel in roller derby. We don't have a ball. We have a star helmet cover. All right, so the BAJA jammer is going to start in the box probably for that illegal procedure. Canberra has Fast and Furiosa on the jammer line, ready to go. Everybody hanging out at the pivot line. Fast and Furiosa not untouched, but still able to get through. Gets slowed down and now has 2 to beat from BAJA. Number 5 for BAJA getting sent for a forearm.
And finally, that last BAJA blocker getting out of play in the front. So we see Fast and Furiosa saying, witness me, and getting right on out of there.
That was a great penalty kill by BAJA. They were able to kind of entertain Fast and Furiosa for just about as long as that 30-second penalty was on Brown Sugar. She is now hitting the pack as well.
Excellent footwork there by Brown Sugar, who we've seen jamming really strongly today. Able to make it out of the pack.
Fast and Furiosa with 4 points on the board currently and lead jammer status. She is in point scoring position, but Brown Sugar is as well. Fast and Furiosa's bench hollering that it is time to call the jam, and just in time. It looks like that was another additional 2 points for Canberra. BAJA did squeak out 4 of those points, 4 to 6 in favor of Canberra. Canberra on the board with 59 points. BAJA Roller Derby just now cresting that century mark with 101. All right, we have Janimal jamming for BAJA Roller Derby. Lead jammer, in fact. Tiny Tempest jamming for Canberra.
Tiny Tempest was almost out in the front there and was recycled to the back. And on this occasion, we do see Tiny Tempest able to take advantage of a small space and finally making it out.
Really quick, precise jamming there by BAJA. They got 3 points and called it off, just prevented CANBERRA from getting anything else.
With just about 21 minutes remaining in this game, we've got 104 points for BAJA Roller Derby and 59 for CANBERRA. Got Ramona Powers jamming for CANBERRA, with Pony being taken to the inside for BAJA and getting sent to the back. Ramona Powers still fighting in the front there with the BAJA tripod.
Really great footwork by both of these jammers. Super jukey, able to exploit any hole that is left open to them. Pony is your lead jammer for this jam.
Ramona Powers seeing an open lane and absolutely committing to it, sprinting on through. Ramona Powers now also out. And Pony notices this, calls the jam off, not surrendering any points to CANBERRA. So we do have 4 points for BAJA Roller Derby in that jam and none for CANBERRA, with the score of 108 BAJA and 59 CANBERRA.
You know, if BAJA can just keep this precision game going and keep chipping away, getting a couple of points here, a couple of points there, and keeping CANBERRA scoreless, that is how you win this game. This is a pretty significant lead. If CANBERRA were able to turn the tide and chip away the other way, it might be doable though. Oh, and just like that, Brown Sugar, your lead jammer for BAJA. Lemmy Adam at the front of the pack though with 2 to beat. Oh, big hit.
Big hit, but not taken off the track, so Lemmy Adam able to hold that position, still being blocked by the BAJA defenders though.
She fell with some precision and did not put any of her body outside of the track. It was amazing.
Brown Sugar has a clear opening there, able to come on through for some more points. Some good offense being played by BAJA. They're getting Brown Sugar through CANBERRA's defense once more.
Like we've got one CANBERRA blocker heading to the penalty box. I believe she was trying to do some offense and maybe did a little bit of forearm in there as well.
12 points scored for BAJA Roller Derby in that jam.
That is a huge jam in this game where we're getting 4 points here and 4 points there.
Absolutely. Normally the strategy here has been to chip away 4 points or 8 points in a jam, but in this case we have a 12-point jam for BAJA.
12 unanswered points too. That is huge for them. We've got Jannibal jamming against Fast and Furiosa. Again, 2 jammers that are frequently matched up together. Fast and Furiosa just trying to plow her way through the back of the pack there. Jannibal trying to ping pong her way around, gets recycled back to the outside of turn 1.
Ooh, and she takes a skater down with a returned shoulder check, and she is out. She's lead jammer for BAJA. Fast and Furiosa nearly had that inside lane there, but was answered by the BAJA blockers. Got some CANBERRA offense being played for Fast and Furiosa so far. And she is out. Fast and Furiosa is now out of the pack as well.
BAJA doing a great job of distracting the CANBERRA blockers just at the right moment to get their jammer through. Not exactly offense per se, but definitely injecting a little bit of chaos in that green wall.
Absolutely.
We have about 17 minutes left in this half. CANBERRA's B team on the board with 59. BAJA Roller Derby's B team on the board with 124. Looks like we are lined up to go, and BAJA does have a pack disadvantage. They have 1 blocker in the box.
Saw some shuffling around with the jammers there, trying to vie for position.
Trying to find the very best places to line up. Oh, blocker 110, Koshu for BAJA, sent to the penalty box.
And Tiny Tempest getting that lead jammer position for CANBERRA. able to find some open lanes, struggling with one BAJA defender in the front there, and able to make it right by on the outside. Tiny Tempest coming around for some more points here.
There was some great evasion by Tiny Tempest, able to stay in bounds just on the very tippy toes on the edge of that tape.
That staying in bounds is so important. I mean, I play bank track, but in flat track it's so important because you can take that jammer or blocker or whoever back so far.
Oh yeah, oh, I mean, the minute that they step out of bounds,
it's so,
yeah,
it's all over.
It is all over. You've got those strong blockers that can hit you out and be 10 feet back before you've even realized you've touched the tape.
Absolutely. And Tiny Tempest making it through for more points for CANBERRA. This is stacking up to be a big point jam for CANBERRA.
This is super strong. I'm wondering what was said on that CANBERRA bench over halftime. They have not consistently held back BAJA, but they've gotten a couple of bigger jams under their belts in the second half. And BAJA has been playing a very conservative, low-scoring game in this second half where they've just been chipping away. It's interesting, BAJA's jammer is not in a point-scoring position, and they are not doing a whole lot of offense to get her out. Looks like the only play that we've done is that star pass to see if maybe they can get the star out that way. Star pass to number 5, Valerito.
Right at the last minute, though, and that jam has ended with actually 20 points for CANBERRA. That's a 20-point jam for CANBERRA and Tiny Tempest.
That is a
well
huge
done.
jam for them, and it looks like we might have a coach in the center, but yet 20 points to 4, so 16 unanswered points in favor of CANBERRA.
So we're closing the gap a little bit here. And we've got some dancing on the track.
We're dancing.
Well deserved, CANBERRA. That was a great jam for you. You should be dancing.
That's right. I kind of want to know what they were singing. I know that when I rolled in this morning, I don't know if it was the A team or B team or probably both, we're warming up and doing some John Bon Jovi out during their warm-ups, and it was just honestly so delightful. I mean, you know, we're all here to hit hard and skate fast, but we're also here to have fun. So it looks like this is a timeout by BAJA, as evidenced by the lovely Wreck-It Ray showing me the big T for timeout. So BAJA might be trying to stymie a little bit of CANBERRA's inertia there, this momentum of getting 20-4 in that last jam.
So with about 14 and a half minutes left in this game, we've got BAJA at 128, CANBERRA at 79. And we're underway. We have Ramona Powers jamming for CANBERRA with Brown Sugar jamming again for BAJA Roller Derby. Ramona Powers up in the front of the pack, still struggling with 2 blockers, but juking hard while those blockers recycle. And suddenly, here comes Brown Sugar, able to attain that lead jammer status for BAJA Roller Derby.
No CANBERRA blockers at the front of the pack. Brown Sugar able to skate on through after she breaks that initial tripod. Ramona Powers really just not letting up any energy there at the front of the pack. Even putting a hit out on Brown Sugar as she's trying to jam through.
Yes, absolutely. We are seeing some jammer defense being played.
That is amazing. I hope Ramona Powers has got a steady stream of her favorite type of caffeine for her on the bench or wherever.
I don't know if she needs it.
I don't know. I feel if it were me, it would have to be a steady stream of caffeine. Just to have all that energy and all that drive every single time I jam, which is never, never. All right, our captain, Lemmy Adam from CANBERRA, going up against a skater in blue for BAJA. Looks like that's jammable. Big scrummy pack there on the straightaway.
Not a lot happening for either jammer here, and yet, as I say that, jammable does make it out lead jammer for BAJA.
That's right. The announcer's curse. When you say it doesn't happen, it
right?
totally does. Canberra at a slight pack disadvantage. They do have one blocker in the box currently, about to leave that box.
And Let Me Adam able to juke around those last couple of blockers. And Let Me Adam also coming around in scoring position.
Oh, great pack awareness by Jannibal. Didn't quite get all of her points, but still got enough and called it off before Canberra was able to score even one in that jam. Looks like we have a timeout for Canberra. This is a great time to remind you that if you are a local friend of roller derby, check out our next home bout on Saturday, May 11th, right here at Ability 360. We are going to welcome our two of our state teams, the Skate Riot Project and Midnight Storm. Our second game of that doubleheader is going to be our own city-level Valley Rollers in green versus the Casa Grande Big House Bombers up from Casa Grande Roller Derby.
And since I'm here, I might as well do my own announcement for Bank Track. If you have never seen a Bank Track roller derby game, you are truly missing out. It's a lot of fun. The Arizona Derby Dames have our next game on April 20th, so 1 week from today, Saturday, April 20th, we have our playoffs for the season. So we will have the Brutal Beauties going against the Runaway Brides, followed by the Schoolyard Scrappers going against the Coffin Draggers. And that second game is one I am personally super stoked to watch. Those two teams are strong, and nobody knows who's going to come out winning that one. So if you haven't seen any Bank Track Roller Derby and you're local, next Saturday, April 20th, definitely come to the Hall of Dames and watch the Arizona Derby Dames bout. You can find out more information on ArizonaDerbyDames.com or on Facebook or Instagram.
Awesome. Yes, definitely check out our bout from our Bank Track friends. And if you're confused about what's happening on our track really quick, sometimes our skaters get really jazzed about the end of a timeout because there's also a whistle. That wasn't the whistle to start skating, though. That was just the end of the timeout whistle. It happens to all of us.
It's that tension when you're on the track and you hear the whistle and you're like, go!
Go! Gotta skate!
Ah.
All right, I believe that it's Fast and Furiosa jamming for Canberra.
It's got to be those goggles.
Those spoggles, man.
They're
no
rad.
Joke.
Both jammers getting down low, smiles on their faces. They're ready to go.
Oh, we're going to make sure that the clock is ready to go. It is still on timing out. Probably have to press a button. All right, 5 seconds have been called. All right. Oh, we are at a pack disadvantage for BAJA. One BAJA blocker in the box.
That's Jannibal jamming for BAJA Roller Derby with Fast and Furiosa for Canberra. Fast and Furiosa making it to the front of the pack, able to cling to the inside there to attain lead jammer status. So far, Jannibal has been sent to the back of the pack a couple times here and is struggling with some of these defensive blockers from Canberra, but with some fancy footwork, able to get by.
Fast and Furiosa hitting that BAJA tripod with some gumption there. Isn't able to get through, sees the other jammer and calls it off. Still gets 3 points for Canberra.
Smart call off there, pick up some points and then prevent the other jammer from coming through.
Could be 2 points, not 3 points. Announcer vision is tough. All right, and on the track we have Pony jamming for BAJA Roller Derby in the back of the pack. And in the front of the pack we had Tiny Tempest for Canberra. Pony getting recycled back. Oh, no pack being called. She doesn't get recycled back too far. Big, strong tripod holding back Tiny Tempest at the front of the pack.
Strong tripod in the back by Canberra as well. We have several skaters bridging these gaps here to allow their blockers to continue holding these jammers, so we're not seeing a lot of movement here.
No, this is just really tough pushing by everybody involved. Looks like we're going to recycle back Pony a little bit and then set up that tripod again. Canberra with trying to break off their pivot to do some offense.
Successful at that, and they are able to get Pony out of the pack to attain that lead jammer status for BAJA. Tiny Tempest being recycled back multiple times. Getting ready to hit that BAJA wall again, while Pony is able to make it through on another scoring pass.
Yeah, Canberra not quite quick enough to hit Pony as she was coming by.
And Tiny Tempest finds a hole, makes it through out of the pack. Woo! BAJA just barely able to make it past one of those Canberra blockers, getting her points and calling that jam off.
BAJA able to get 2 scoring passes and holding Canberra scoreless. We're at about 9.5 minutes left in this half. Canberra on the board with 81, BAJA with 143.
Ramona Powers jamming for Canberra with brown sugar for BAJA Roller Derby.
Both packs a little mixed up, a little scrummy there. Ooh, on the pivot line, everybody hitting the floor a little bit. Ramona Powers with 0 to beat, and then 2 to beat, and then 1 to beat, and now a lead jammer for Canberra.
Oh, that was some fancy footwork there.
That was really fancy.
She had actually achieved lead jammer status and had been, some of those blockers from BAJA were recycling around her, still keeping her in. Unfortunately, unable to capitalize too much on that lead jammer status, having to call that jam off as the BAJA jammer was coming around in scoring position.
Really great awareness. She did get hit out by a member of her own team, but I think her own team was also defending against the other blocker. And really, there's just no good way
I hate when that
to
happens.
do that. Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. It's derby.
It is, exactly.
I actually did that one time. I took my own jammer out. It was a beautiful hit, but I took
know.
my own jammer out.
It's always the great hits that you're like, oh,
yeah.
sorry.
It's like, oh, I was so proud of that. Oh, wow, wrong person. All right, we've got Lemmy Adam for Canberra jamming and Valerito for BAJA Roller Derby, who I think so far we've only seen except the star.
Yeah, Valerito has been a pivot, but not a jammer yet. BAJA may be feeling a little comfortable to deepen their jammer rotation. They've got a pretty comfortable lead. Oh, we're doing backwards derby. Everybody's getting recycled back. Lemmy, Adam, and Valerito both getting pulled back to turns 3 and 4. Lemmy, Adam coming up against one last bit of BAJA defense at the front of the pack.
Still have an open lead jammer status. Neither of these jammers able to make much headway so far.
No, I think we've actually just now hit the pivot line again from that big recycle that we did earlier in the jam.
And still no lead jammer at this point.
Still no lead jammer. Oh, and just as you say it.
It's that announcer curse you were telling me about.
It did take over a minute for Lenny Adam to get that lead jammer status for Canberra. Looks like we have a Star stash. Star was taken off the helmet, held in the hand, and then got that jammer, did get through. Valerito getting hit to the inside just a little bit.
That was a lot of trust that Lemmy Adam put in her blockers there, knowing that they could hold that BAJA jammer back while Lemmy Adam goes in for more points.
So fun fact about our jammer, Valerito, she is actually one of our skating refs for this tournament as well. She's doing double duty. Not only here to have fun, but also here to blow the whistle, which is also fun in a different way. All of that work and only 4 points differentiate our two teams. That was an 8-point jam for BAJA and a 4-point jam.
7-point jam for Canberra.
Oh,
looks like
7.
they did pick up a couple more points.
Oh my gosh, all of that hard work and 1 point
only
difference.
1 point difference.
Oh my gosh. All right, I am seeing Fast and Furiosa for Canberra and Jannibal for BAJA. Both jammers hitting the pack simultaneously, it's really kind of a big cluster of skaters. A
Lots
couple of people
shoulder
hitting the
checks,
ground.
lots of-
Oh,
yeah, hitting the ground.
Jannable almost home free. Now has 2 to beat. Looking for some offense from her team. It looks like number 93, Sandrine, trying to come to her rescue.
We do see some of that effective offense being played, springing the Baja Jammer loose. So Jannable is out, but with Fast and Furiosa directly behind her, we do see some jammer on jammer attacking and defending happening here.
Oh, we might dance a little bit.
We've got some shoulder checking and some smiles.
Yep. And honestly, this is Baja Roller Derby's game to win right now. They are in charge. If they can just stay in charge of this clock, they can kind of do whatever they want. If they want to play with the other jammer, it's really their choice if they're lead. And just a reminder, we are on game, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of our 7 games for today. We have our Arizona B team playing the Santa Cruz B team right after this at 5:15 p.m. So in about 20 minutes.
So 4 minutes left in this game. We've got Brown Sugar jamming for Baja and Tiny Tempest for Canberra, who has just made lead jammer status. Tiny Tempest looking at a scoring pass with Brown Sugar finally making out of the pack as well.
Big hit to the inside there by, I believe that was Veninnoville on the inside.
A well-timed call-off by Tiny Tempest, who had been hit to the infield and decided, rather than surrender any points to the Baja Jammer, just go ahead and call that jam off.
Yep. Looks like Canberra does have something that they want to officially review. We're going to hope that we get to hear what that is. I do want to give a little shout out to some of our sponsors. Arizona Roller Derby is supported by Mother Brunch Brewing Company. Mother Brunch also supports, in addition to just the league, our city teams as well, the Valley Rollers and the Desert Phantoms. You can stop by their restaurant. It's at about 7th Street and Roosevelt, and get 10% off any of their food or beer if you mention that you are with AZRD. Angel's Trumpet Ale House, Arcadia, is also a proud supporter and the new official after party venue for Arizona Roller Derby. It's located at 44th Street, just 10 minutes north of where we are right now, Ability 360. Come hang out after tonight's bout and enjoy 10% off of their huge beer selection and tasty menu, which includes salads, pizzas, flatbread sandwiches, and a bunch more. All right, and we're going to get the results of this official review, again being called by Canberra, in just a second.
So for that official review, Canberra was looking for a cut on the blue jammer, but the no call will stand. And we have our next jam getting set up, with Pony jamming for Baja Roller Derby and Ramona Powers for Canberra. Lots of fighting going on in the back of the pack here. Lots of energy from Pony, but being hit to the infield and being taken back by the Canberra defense. We have Ramona Powers struggling with the Baja tripod in the front.
And Ramona Powers, your lead jammer for Canberra, pushing her way through that last bit of Baja defense at the front of the pack. Oh, and Pony able to stay on one skate around the outside to get through.
That's some wonderful balance there.
That was amazing.
And Ramona Powers seeing that she was about to get in scoring position, calling that jam off.
We have about 2.5 minutes left in this second half of this game, this last half of this game. Canberra is on the board with 96, Baja on the board with 151. Make sure you stick around for the Arizona B team versus the Santa Cruz B team right after this.
I just love bothering her. I'm gonna start bothering you now.
And fast as anything, we see Lemmy Adam out of the pack and lead jammer for Canberra, whereas Jannibal being recycled to the back of the pack.
Lemmy Adam with 2 to beat at the front of the pack, 1 to beat as she gets through and gets her 4 points. Looks like a cut track being called on Jannibal. Huge opportunity for Canberra.
So we do have a power jam for Canberra, and the lights go out because this is really dramatic.
So for those of you who are new to the venue, the lights are on a timer, and at 5 o'clock promptly they turn off. Much love to the photographers who are now worried about their flashes. We can usually get them turned back on, but they do have to warm up. Just enjoy this like chill acoustic roller derby that we have going on right now.
Acoustic roller derby, I love
So
that.
that's what it is.
What we really need is like a strobe light, because we've got a cool power jam situation. We don't need like the lights to go down. We don't need mood music.
I would actually take the air horn, the purr, 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 purr. I think that would be also a fun thing to bring to this bout.
We do have Jannibal coming back from the penalty box and able to make it past the Canberra defense, whereas Lemmy is still being held by some of those defensive blockers by BAJA.
Lemmy Adam getting told by her bench that it is time to call it off. It looks like an 8-point jam for Canberra, bringing them across the century mark as well. All right, we have Brown Sugar on the line for BAJA, going up against Fast and Furiosa.
Fast and Furiosa with some incredible balance and
Whoa.
footwork, able to sneak by and get that lead jammer status, but Brown Sugar able to pass and be in front, forcing that call off.
We are gonna have a call off and a very quick timeout being called by Canberra. 0-0 jam. 5 seconds left on the clock. Canberra really trying to just stretch this game out as long as possible to get every last point.
Looks like they've added some seconds on the clock, so we have 7 seconds left.
We have 7 instead of 5.
And really those 2 seconds can make all the difference.
They totally can. That's why you skate through that last whistle. Much love to all of the officials, both skating and not skating, who are helping us out today. Without this, we would just be kids skating in the park.
And we'd have no idea who had points, really.
We really would have no idea.
We really wouldn't. Thank you, officials.
Yes.
And much love to both of these teams out here. Really hard-hitting game. Yes. Both teams just fighting for every single one of their points.
Definitely. This game looks a lot closer on the track than it does on the board.
And that's the nature of roller derby, isn't it?
It is. Every single point was well fought for. There were no free points in this game at all. All right, I believe it's Tiny Tempest going up against Pony for BAJA. Tiny Tempest at the front of the pack from Canberra. Pony able to sneak on through on the inside with a smile on her face.
And Tempest taking advantage of that offense being played by her teammate is also able to make it out of the pack, putting the pressure on Pony. Pony picking up as many points as she can before calling the jam off and preventing Tiny Tempest from scoring.
Last 2 points are picked up by BAJA Roller Derby, holding Canberra scoreless for this last jam of this game. Our unofficial score right now, ladies and gentlemen, Canberra B team from Australia, 104. BAJA Roller Derby B team from BAJA, Mexico, 153. Definitely give these skaters a high five to congratulate them for some great derby. I don't know what they're saying, but I love it.
I love their hands out thing that they all do in unison.
Woo!
Let's hear a round of applause for these teams, ladies and gentlemen. We're really happy to have some teams from Mexico and from Australia in the house today. It's really awesome to have an international tournament right here in Arizona.
That's right. We are so fortunate that our friends have come to play with us. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, skating fans, I have been Ravelyn.
And guys, gals, and NB pals, this is Becker Recker, and I have enjoyed announcing for you. I'm actually going to be back for the next game, so you don't have to miss me for more than like 10 minutes.
All right. We'll see you back here in about 15. Thank you.